Hey everyone, welcome to 2024 and welcome to the 50th anniversary year of the Greater San Angelo Crafts Guild. We have changed up the application process a little bit, so I'm going to go over all that with you today. So specifically we're going to go over the membership application and the non-member application. Okay. If you're going to do 2 or 3 of our markets, then you'll fill out the membership application and commit to those market dates. If you are only going to do one market or you don't want to make that commitment, then you can fill out the non-member application. Okay. Non-member applications are subject to availability. So just because you fill out an application doesn't mean you will get a spot. Memberships are always first. If you are a commercial vendor, you can be either a member or a non-member. And your application is subject to approval. We only allow one representative from each company to have a booth. So if you're a Scentsy seller, then we already have one, you're not going to get in. And you cannot sell things that compete with the handmade vendors. We are a handmade group. We allow 10 booths at our commercial vendors, and that's it. So there is an approval process to go through. So with that being said, let's go ahead and get into how you're going to fill out these applications. We're going to go ahead and fill out the membership application. So this is what it looks like on page 3. And that is what it looks like on page 4. Page 1 and 2 is information, so please retain that. Read through it, make sure you understand everything. It's information about the show and about your membership requirements. But we're going to go ahead and go through and fill this out. And I'll show you how to do it. So the top part is self-explanatory. This is your name, not your business name, your name. Your phone number. Alright, so the next part is Texas Sales Permit. It is an 11-digit number that you get from the comptroller's office, and this is stating that you have the correct permit to sell items in Texas. You collect sales tax on those items, and you give that sales tax to the comptroller. Every vendor is required to have this. Next, if you sell food, you are required to have a food handler's card. Even if you claim cottage law, you are still required to go through that class, get certified, and have that card. You'll put your number here, and you'll also email a copy of that to the guild. This is your address, your business name, your email, your website. So if you have Facebook, it'd be, facebook.com/ and then the rest of your handle. Okay? If you have a website, write it in. What are you selling? Specifically, are you selling, crocheted animals? Are you selling tumblers? Are you selling quilts? That sort of thing. Candles. What are you selling? If you sell a few different things, put in, the majority of what you do sell. Are these items made by you? So if you're a handmade vendor and you make all the items, yes. If you are a commercial vendor and you don't make your items, no. Simple as that. This is a special request. Some of our vendors need, quick access to a bathroom or close to a door for, ease of setting up and disassembling. Stuff like that. Some of our vendors like to be next to another vendor because they help watch each other's booths. If that is the case, then you write down, the other vendor's name, and they need to do the same thing. I'm not going to put you together unless it's on both applications. If you need next to the men's restroom, write down, due to medical next to men's restroom, please. If you write down you want a corner booth or if you want on the wall, we're not going to look at those too much because everyone wants a corner booth or most people want on the wall. If we can, we will, accommodate, but not likely. There's not that many corner booths and there's not that many wall spaces. So if you do have a medical reason for something, that is first priority. Simple as that. Alright, so handmade vendors. At least 80% of my items are handmade by me. That means you took the materials and you modified it to create something new. So you took fabric and you cut it up and you made something new. Stuff like that. That also means that you can sell about 20% of your booth can be commercial. So if you make your own candles, but you buy commercial warmers to sell, then those can be up to 20% of your booth. Okay? If it is more than that, then you are a commercial vendor and your application is subject to approval. That being said, we allow 10 booths that are commercial, and they cannot compete with our handmade vendors. So if you sell commercial jewelry, we're not going to allow you in because we have over half of our vendors make and sell jewelry. Stuff like that. But if you sell cleaning products or something like that, yes, you're probably going to get in. Also, if we already have a vendor that's selling the same things as you, such as, we already have a Scentsy vendor, we're not going to bring in another Scentsy vendor. Okay. Email 2 pictures or email pictures of your items for the vendor announcement. This is for our Facebook and LinkedIn accounts. This is showing that who's all going to be there. Because we have so many vendors now, we cannot track down pictures of your items. If you do not email us the pictures, we are not going to be doing a vendor announcement for you. Okay? Time is of essence. We are all vendors and we're all trying to prep as well. So help us out and please email 1 to 2 pictures of your items, of your setup, what you want, your vendor announcement to look like, so we can use it. All right, so now we're going to get into the rest of this. So first, please fill out the information for each market. Okay, so you're going to come over to this side. Okay, and you're going to select in here 1, write your name and phone number. And you're going to go through this and select the markets that you're going to attend. Now, if you're only going to attend 1 market, this is not the application for you. You need to fill out a non-member application, and I'll do that one next. If you're going to attend 2 or 3 of these markets, then you can fill this out. Now, that being said, as a member and you're filling these out, you're committing to these markets. So if you cancel on one, you can lose your membership. So write down the calendar, dates in your calendar and mark it as unavailable because you are committing to these markets. As a vendor, if I'm going to, attend a September 21st market, I'm not going to go look at markets that are on the same date. Same with, December 7th and July 13th. Simple as that. We know that, issues come up. We know life happens. So if something does come up that is an emergency, contact us and we'll discuss it. But these are commitments. You are committing. So please, we're expecting you to be there. Please write them down and be there. So across here, I'm going to do July 13th. This is booth space only, meaning this is just the space. We used to have table and chairs included. We can no longer afford to do so. So instead of increasing our pricing, we got rid of the included tables and chairs. So remember, this is space only, nothing else. So for July, I always do 2 booths. My total for that is $90. Okay? Tables, these are 8-foot tables by 2.5 feet. Okay, so do I need any of those? If you don't, leave it blank. If you need, add them in. Well, I want 2 tables. So that's $14. The chairs. These are those metal folding chairs. They do not have pads or anything on it. I bring my own. I don't need those. Electricity. I don't need that. Cattle panels. I don't need that either. If you need more information on the cattle panels, it is on page 2. So again, please read through it. Okay. So my total is $104. Okay. The non-refundable deposit means this is the $5 to hold your spot. We are locking you in. So you take that off of that. So that puts it at $99. This is how much I owe for the July show. Okay. Then I'll fill out September. And same with December. Now some people increase their booth sizes in December. That's why we have it all separated. So if I wanted to increase it, get an extra booth, I'd put 3 and then change my amount. But for now, I think 2 is fine. If at a later date, I decide that I want to get 3, all I have to do is let the guild know. That's all you have to do. Let us know saying, hey, can I get an extra booth? If there's space available, yes, you can get an extra booth. Okay, so I have my total remainings here. So I'm going to take those numbers and put them in here. Now say I was doing this and I couldn't do September, I would just put NA. Okay, I would not have filled it out on this back side. Put NA on it and put NA here, meaning you're not going to attend September. But I am, so I'm going to put all that here. Okay. So, your membership for the year is $15. This is non-refundable. Your NRD's non-refundable deposits are for the booth or the markets. So I'm doing all 3, so it's 5 times 3 is $15 for a total of $30. Okay. So say I want to go ahead and pay for July right now. So I would put the $99 here. Okay. Amount being paid now. So with this application turning in with your $30, how much did you want to pay? Well, I'm going to go ahead and pay the $99 here. But I'm not going to pay anything for September or December yet. Okay. So total remaining. Well, my fees are $99. My amount being paid now is $99, so 0. And this is $99 and $99 because I will pay those later. Okay. Plus the booth fees being paid right now, $99. So I'm paying $30 and $99 right now. Okay. And then sign and date. This is please initial that you've read and understand page 1 and 2 and the cancellation party. Okay. So make sure you read it and initial it. And if you have questions, email us or contact us and we'll answer it. Okay. So again, fill this out like you normally would for each of your markets. Subtract your non-refundable deposit, and this is your amount remaining. This remaining amount for July, $99 for mine, it will be different for yours unless you get exactly the same setup, is due on June 29th. September's is due on September 7th, and December's is due on November 23rd. If you do not pay by this date, you are removed as a vendor. Okay? If you're having issues of paying by those dates for those event markets, please contact us and let us know. We can see if we can work something out. If you want to pay early, then yes, please do. Just let us know. Say, hey, I want to make 3 payments and get it all paid by May. I can set up 3 payment plan for you so you can do that and you can be done for the entire year. Okay. Again, that's the amount due minus my deposit. That's remaining. Transfer it to the other side. Figure out what you're going to pay now, what you're going to pay later. Write that in. Membership plus the deposits, so it'll be $30 plus the $99. If you have an earlier version and there's another line in between here, adding in the booth fee that you're going to pay today, just ignore it. So, again, if you have questions on it, please just message us, come see us. If you do call, it is a Google Voice number, so you'll be leaving a message and I will call you back when I can. Like I said, we're all volunteers, we all work, we have other jobs. Okay, so that is the membership application and how to fill it out. Next, we'll do the non-member application. Alright, so if you only want to attend one market, or if you do not want to commit to all 3 of them, or just 2 of them, and you want to just do it one at a time, then you're going to fill out a non-member booth application. Because we're not relying you, you're not making that commitment, the space price is higher. So if you are going to attend 2 or 3, we do recommend that you do become a member, make that commitment, or it will be $60 instead of $45. We base our advertisement on the amount of vendors that we have. That's why we ask for that commitment. And we are willing to give you a discount on the booth price for that commitment. So again, if you're only going to do one, or if you're not going to commit, this is the application you need to fill out. Okay, so on this application, you're going to mark up here one of the dates. Okay, so only one of them. Again, you're going to put your name, not your business name, your name here, your phone number, and this is for the Texas sales permit number. Now, okay, it is an 11-digit number. LLC federal numbers or your federal ID numbers or business numbers or any of that is not your Texas sales permit number. Alright, so again, same as before, your address, your business name, email, websites, what are you selling, is it made by you, special request. This is all the same, handmade, commercial. I've emailed pictures for the announcements, sign, date. Alright, so this is your booth part here. So again, booth space only, they are 10 foot by 10 foot, it is $60. How many do you want? And you put your total across here. Okay. So, say I just want one, and it would be $60. Okay. Do I need a table? Some people don't, some people do. So I'm just going to go ahead and get one table. That's a $7. Metal folding chair, if you need those. Nope, I have my own. Cattle panel, see page 2 on how they set up. So yeah, you know, why not? I'm going to go ahead and do the cattle panels. It is a minimum of 2. So in a 1 foot bay, or in one booth, you can put 2. Okay. So that's $20. And do I need electricity? Yes. So I'll put 5. So you add this all up, that is 80. Oops. Ha. Did that wrong. That is $92. Okay. This is why I used a pencil. So say okay, so say I just want a booth. I don't need anything else, no electricity, no panels. My grand total is going to be $60. Okay. Now, say I'm doing the July show. Application and payment due date is June 29th. So as a non-member, as soon as you turn this in, your payment is expected. September is September 7th. December show is November 23rd for the application due date. Okay. So, this is a lot like what last year's and the previous years were, except this box has changed a little bit. Hopefully it's a little bit easier to follow. But that is the non-member application. Alright, now that we have the applications filled out and everything, and gone over all of it, I do want to touch basis more on the Texas sales and use tax permit. I do get a lot of questions on this. A lot of people saying, well, if I don't collect taxes, I don't have to pay for it. So we're going to discuss all of that right now. The rule is simple. Texas collects sales tax from purchases made in Texas. It doesn't matter where you're from, who you are. If you buy something in Texas, you pay a sales tax. There are tax exempt items such as, food, produce and stuff like that, baked goods, if sold whole, and so on and so forth. But everything else, if you purchase it in Texas, you pay sales tax. So if I go down to Walmart and I make purchase a whole bunch of items, I'm paying sales tax. Okay, so the biggest thing is, or one of the biggest comments I get is, why do I have to pay my money to the comptroller's office? Well, it's not your money. It's your customer's money. So they purchase an item from you. Say it's a $10 item. Okay. They pay you $10. They give you the 83 cents, which is the sales tax for Tom Green County in San Angelo. They give you the 83 cents. You take that 83 cents and you give it to the comptrollers. It's your customer's payment to the state for buying stuff in Texas. It's not your money. Okay? So you charge your customers the amount that you want for your item plus the sales tax for purchasing your item. Okay? Now, some vendors don't want to deal with round or change, so yes, you round up. You mark on your tag, this item is $10, tax included. Okay, so if you do it that way, that means you're not getting $10 for your item. You're actually getting $9 and some change, because that included tax belongs to the comptroller. Or you charge $11 for your item. That way you have a round number. So you're getting a little over $10, and I think it ends up being like 90 cents belongs to the comptrollers. There's equations that will tell you how much and everything depending on how you want to do it. So if your item does not include tax, you are required to write, this item is $10 plus tax. So the customer knows they're having to pay sales tax on top of it. Okay? The other question, or the other comment that I get is, well, if I don't collect it, I don't have to pay for it. Well, no, you're breaking the law. Simple as that. And you want to get into that, call them, talk to them about it. But we all have to do it. So we are requiring you to do it. The reason why this is becoming a subject is, as a host, the guild is responsible to ensure that vendors have this. If they do not have this, then the guild is responsible for collecting the sales tax from the vendors to pay it. And as vendors ourselves and as volunteers, we don't have the time, and we're not going to get into any of that. So every vendor has to have this. All of these numbers are going to be checked to make sure that they are valid and they actually belong to that vendor. And there is an open website that we can do that on. So if you punch in my number, it'll pull it up and it'll say my name, my business name, and if it's active or inactive. Okay, so everyone will be checked to make sure. You are also required to display this in your booth. And it says it right up here at the top. Specifically, this side must be prominently displayed in your place of business. So again, if you go to Walmart, you're actually going to see their copy right behind the customer service counter. This is telling the public that you are legally allowed to do business in Texas. Okay, follow the law, right? If you don't like it, then don't be a vendor. If you don't like the law, don't break it, try to change it. That's my advice to you. So, like I said, we are going to be requiring it, every vendor, and we will be checking as well. because the guild is not going to become financially liable for your business. And it doesn't matter if it's your name or if it's your business name. If you want to sell, you have to have it. Okay, so the next thing is the food handler's card. I get a lot of statements saying, I follow cottage law, so I don't need the food handler's permit. If you read the cottage law requirements, part of it is you have to take the course and you have to pass it, and you have to have that permit saying that you did. This is for your safety and for your consumer safety, mainly for them, showing that you do know how to safely handle food, how to serve it, how to, box it up, how to sell it. You know how it's supposed to be done, and they are safe to consume it. Okay, what the cottage law doesn't require is you have your own separate, prep area, your own separate kitchen, and everything's got to be separated. It's not a food manufacturing permit. It's a food handler's permit saying that, yes, I know hot food has to stay hot, cold food has to stay cold, and yada yada, so forth, and contaminations, and making sure that you know how to clean, stuff like that. So if you are following cottage law, great, you can sell there. You have to have your food handler's permit, and you have to send a copy of it with your application. Easy, okay? You also are required to label your product correctly. And to find that out, you can just Google Texas food handler, or was it Texas cottage law requirements, and it's underneath there. And it tells you, that you have to state that this food was made under the cottage law. You also have to list the ingredients, for allergy reasons and stuff like that. Flour, nuts, everything that goes into whatever you are making. So your labeling has to be done correctly. If it is not, you will be required to leave and you will not get a refund. Okay, so again, just like with the sales and use tax, that is the law. You are required to follow the law. And the reason why we're being sticklers on this is because, again, the guild can become liable for vendors not following the law. And we don't want the guild to be shut down. It is an organization that, a lot of us love and a lot of us depend on, and we're trying to make everything legal. So that is it for the permits. If you have questions, again, you can email us, you can message us, you can call us. We do have hangouts, so if you need help with the applications, please come down and sit with us. We'll explain it all to you. There are, as of right now, 10 board members, and all of us are schooled on how to fill out this application. So yes. And there you have it. So thank you, and thank you for considering joining us, and we look forward to having you at any of our markets or all 3 of our markets. So enjoy your year, and we're going to celebrate our 50th anniversary. So see you there. Bye.